The internet is on fire right now, and fans are in complete shock. Just when you thought this story couldn't get any crazier, boom! New evidence has just dropped that's flipping the entire D4VD murder conspiracy upside down. For weeks, rumors were spiraling out of control, whispers flying through Reddit, TikTok, and rap forums. Did D4VD catch a body back in Houston? Was he moving different for a reason? The streets were talking, the blogs were buzzing, and fans were ready to cancel, defend, or fight over the truth. But now, police have come forward with a major twist. And let's just say, not everything is what it seemed. Was D4VD really caught in a deadly love triangle? Is someone trying to frame him? And who leaked that now viral clip that had fans yelling, "He's done"? Stay locked in, because what we're about to reveal is straight out of a Netflix series. From secret texts, betrayals, and a shady friend who might have set him up, to a wild night that ended with cops, tears, and a deleted IG live. This is the story of how D4VD got pulled into a murder scandal, and how the truth might have just saved his whole career. The tension was thick, in the air like smoke at a block party gone wrong. Hours after that bombshell police update dropped, social media lost its mind. People weren't just surprised, they were stunned, confused, and low-key angry. For months, fans were convinced D4VD was hiding something dark, and the streets had already made up their mind. But now, police confirmed that D4VD never killed anyone. Not now, not ever. And just like that, the internet was thrown into a spiral. But if you think this is where the story ends, nah, this is where the real drama begins. See, before this new evidence came out, D4VD's name was basically dragged through the mud. Tweets were flying, TikTok was flooded with conspiracy theories, and every comment section was like a battlefield. It all started from a single rumor, some blurry footage, a mysterious figure, and a late-night altercation that ended with one man gone and D4VD's name trending #1. Back then, people weren't asking questions. They were handing out verdicts. But here's the real tea that got buried in all that noise. D4VD wasn't even in the city that night. Receipts, GPS logs, studio footage. It was all there, but nobody cared. The streets love a villain more than they love the truth. And in this case, D4VD became public enemy #1. His closest friends started acting weird. People who used to be in every studio session suddenly ghosted him. DMs went unanswered. Brands quietly pulled back. And worst of all, the betrayal came from within. Someone in his own camp leaked a private group chat where jokes were being made about the situation, and D4VD's name was used like a punchline. This man really think he John Wick now? One of the messages said. Fans ran with it, influencers reposted it, and suddenly, the whole internet believed D4VD caught a body and was chilling like it was nothing. The man couldn't even post a selfie without getting hit with knife emojis and rip bozo comments. It was wild. And then came the so-called witnesses. People popped out of nowhere claiming they saw it all. A girl went viral on live saying she was right there when the shots were fired. She swore she saw D4VD run off in a black hoodie. Problem was, that same girl had tagged herself in Miami the same night. Receipts don't lie, but clout does a lot of damage. The pressure got so bad that D4VD's mum had to step in. She posted a heartbreaking message on Facebook, talking about how the internet was destroying her son's mental health. She said he was locking himself in the studio, not sleeping, barely eating. "My baby didn't do anything," she wrote. "They trying to crucify him for clicks. But the internet don't care about tears. They want mess, and they got it. In the form of a leaked voicemail from D4VD's ex. In the message, you can hear her crying, saying, "I don't know who you are anymore. You're scaring me." That was enough for people to start digging into every lyric he ever wrote, twisting bars into confessions. One line from an unreleased track said, "Watch him fall, quiet as the night." And suddenly, that became the so-called smoking gun. The memes, ruthless. The fan edits, chilling. One TikTok got over 3 million views showing D4VD's face fading into a mugshot with dramatic music and red filters. It was all lies, but it looked so real. Even casual fans started doubting. D4VD's silence didn't help either. For weeks, he didn't say a word, not even a tweet. And the longer he stayed quiet, the louder the accusations got. But behind the scenes, he was fighting for his life. His legal team was scrambling to get access to the full security footage. Turns out, the original clip that started it all had been cropped, on purpose. And guess who leaked it? Someone from a rival artist's team. Yeah, The plot thickens. We're talking jealousy, industry beef, old grudges, all coming to the surface. One source close to D4VD claimed that a certain artist, who we won't name just yet, had been salty ever since D4VD passed him on the charts. They were cool once, even shared a tour bus. But after that chart-topping hit, the vibes changed. Shady tweets, fake smiles at award shows, and then silence. So when that cropped footage hit the blogs, it didn't just come out of nowhere. It was strategic. It was war. And guess who was watching it all unfold with a smirk on their face? That same artist. He even liked a comment that said, "Karma always spins the block." Fans peeped it instantly. The shade was undeniable. And from that moment, this wasn't just about D4VD clearing his name. It was about survival in an industry that'll eat you alive if you show weakness. The deeper investigators looked, the more the truth unraveled. That mysterious figure in the footage. Wrong height, wrong build, wrong everything. And the car that supposedly picked him up? Registered to someone living 3 cities over. A known scammer with no ties to D4VD whatsoever. But the damage was already done. Fans had already switched sides. Producers pulled beats. Even a major collab got shelved. The industry didn't want smoke. They wanted distance. Meanwhile, D4VD was still in hiding. But one night, he popped up in the most unexpected place. A tiny club in Houston, performing for just 30 people. No lights, no security, no cameras. Just him, a mic and raw emotion. Someone caught a clip and posted it with the caption, "This don't look like a killer to me." The clip went viral. Suddenly, the narrative started shifting. People began asking real questions. Why did the original footage get cropped? Who leaked it? Why did the media run with a story that had no receipts? And just when things started heating up again, boom, the police dropped the update that changed everything. New footage, new witnesses, and finally, official confirmation that D4VD had nothing to do with the murder. But it wasn't just about clearing his name anymore. This was about revenge, about loyalty, about trust. And most of all, about betrayal. Trust. And most of all, about betrayal. Because when the truth came out, one name was mentioned that had never been public before. Someone from D4VD's inner circle. Someone he called family. And what they did? Unforgivable. But we're going to get into that in part 2. Because this betrayal runs deeper than anyone thought. And the receipts? They're just getting started. The moment that name was dropped, everything changed. Fans had been so focused on outsiders, on clout chasers and internet trolls. They never expected the snake to be inside the camp the whole time. The person who leaked the footage, stirred up the rumors, and whispered lies to the blogs. Was someone D4VD grew up with. Someone who called his mom auntie. Someone who used to sleep on his couch when they had nothing. His name, Trey, known in the streets as Lil Trey 94. He wasn't just a friend, he was family. Or at least, that's what D4VD thought. They had come up together, dropped mixtapes in the same basement, shot YouTube freestyles in the same alleyway. When D4VD got signed, he brought Trey along, gave him a job, gave him clothes, gave him access. And what did Trey do in return? He sold him out for a bag. Sources say Trey had been secretly feeding info to a rival label for months. Screenshots showed him bragging in DMs saying, "I got real dirt on this fool, wait till it drop." And when the cropped footage hit the blogs, guess who got caught laughing in the comments? Trey, liking posts, dropping cryptic emojis, acting like he wasn't involved. But karma moves fast, and once the police confirmed D4VD's innocence, all eyes turned to Trey. People dug into his socials, and what they found? Shady links, Cash App payments, even a burner account connected to the fake witness who went viral on Live. Everything started connecting. Fans weren't just shocked, they were furious. One fan posted, "You mean to tell me D4VD almost lost his career because of a dude he fed for years?" The tweet went viral. Others followed. Hashtags started trending. Montrey 94 Snake, Ball Free From Fake, and Ball Justice for D4VD took over Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok all at once. People were demanding answers, and then Trey disappeared, like gone. No posts, no lives, no shows. His number changed, and his last IG story was a blurry shot of a suitcase and a plane ticket. Rumor has it he dipped out to Atlanta to lay low, but the internet was already hunting him down. The heat was on. Meanwhile, D4VD stayed quiet, not out of fear, out of focus. He was back in the studio, pouring everything into the music. Insiders say he scrapped a whole album just to start over. Too much pain in the old one, someone close to him said. This new one, it's going to be the truth. But it wasn't all music and healing. Behind closed doors, D4VD was rebuilding his circle from scratch. People who once had all-access passes were cut off overnight. Close friends turned into strangers. And the real ones? They stayed silent, loyal, and close. One of them, a low-key producer named Kai, tweeted something that hit deep. Watch who claps when you fall. They were never with you. But the drama wasn't done. Out of nowhere, an ex-employee, someone who used to be on D4VD's security team, went live on Instagram, and he didn't hold back. "I seen what that boy been through," he said, puffing on a blunt, voice shaking. "Y'all was ready to hang him with no trial, but y'all ain't seen what Trey did behind the scenes." He claimed Trey used to sneak info to gossip pages. Said he once caught Trey taking pics of D4VD's phone while he was asleep. "I told him to stop," he laughed. Said, "Relax bro, this gon' get me paid." The comments went crazy. Fans were begging for more, but the live cut off mid-sentence, and the account went dark. Gone. Deleted. Like it never existed. Some fans think he got paid off to shut up. Others think he got scared. Either way, the streets started whispering louder. People were saying, this wasn't just clout chasing. This was a hit job, an industry setup. Someone didn't want D4VD to win, and they were willing to do anything to stop him. And yo, the theories got wild. Some fans believed Trey was just the middleman, that the real mastermind was someone higher up, an exec, a rival label boss, maybe even another artist. One popular TikTok broke it all down like a detective. It had maps, red lines, voiceovers, and over 2 million views in 2 days. The comment section was a war zone. Everyone had a theory. Everyone had someone to blame. But in the middle of all that chaos, D4VD finally spoke. It wasn't a tweet. It wasn't a post. It was a voice memo. Raw, unfiltered, dropped straight to his close friends list on Instagram. Someone leaked it almost instantly, and the moment it hit the blogs, the internet stopped. In the memo, you could hear the pain in his voice. It was low, shaky, emotional. "I ain't want to speak on it, but I gotta get this off my chest. Y'all think this internet shit is a game, but I almost lost everything. My name, my peace, my mind, all 'cause someone I trusted wanted clout. I hope it was worth it." He paused, sighed, then said, "But it's cool. I forgive you. I just won't forget." Those last words hit like a bullet. Fans reposted the clip everywhere. "I forgive you. I just won't forget" started trending. People made shirts, memes, fan edits. Even other artists reposted it with captions like "realest words spoken this year." D4VD's silence had been powerful, but his voice, it shook the culture. And just when people thought that was the peak, boom, another twist. An anonymous account leaked a series of DMs between Trey and a major blog. In the messages, Trey is seen offering fake evidence in exchange for promotion on the page. He literally said, "Make this go viral, I'll split the bag with you." And the blog accepted. Fans were furious. Y'all really tried to cancel a man over lies just to run up views. It became bigger than D4VD. It became a conversation about cancel culture, fake news, and how quick people are to tear down their own. Even major platforms like No Jumper, Say Cheese, and Rap Daily started posting about it. Debates sparked. Panel shows invited guests. Rappers were calling out blogs live on stream. The industry was being exposed for its thirst for controversy over truth. But while the world debated, D4VD kept moving. Low-key shows, surprise drops, and according to one insider, a diss track is coming. Not no subtle shots, not subliminals, real names, real details, and real smoke. Because D4VD ain't just trying to come back. He's trying to make an example out of everybody who tried to bury him. And if you think the drama stops here, nah, part 3 is gonna blow this thing wide open. Because next up, we're talking about the rival artist who started it all, and the collab that got sabotaged right before the chaos exploded. Stay locked in. The name that fans had been whispering for weeks was finally starting to surface. The rival artist who allegedly sparked this entire scandal wasn't just some random rapper with jealousy issues. He was someone D4VD once called his brother. The collab that never dropped, that was supposed to be the moment they took over together. A joint ep, 2 voices, 1 sound. People were calling it the next Watch the Throne. But behind the scenes, it was already falling apart. His name? Nova, a melodic trap artist from Atlanta who blew up around the same time as D4VD. They both came from similar backgrounds, small shows, No money, big dreams. They met at a showcase in 2021, hit it off instantly, and started locking in. Studio sessions, freestyle lives, late-night IG streams. Fans loved the energy. They even teased a project called Sons of Pain, dropping snippets that went viral with no promo. But the energy started shifting right after D4VD's breakout single hit #1. Suddenly, Nova wasn't showing up to sessions. He'd leave D4VD on red. His tone in interviews changed. Less, "That's my brother," more, "I'm doing my own thing." And when asked about the joint EP, Nova said, "I don't know, man. Some people forget where they came from when they get a lil buzz." That comment hit different. Fans clocked it instantly. You did Nova just shade D4VD? The clips were everywhere. Tension was in the air, but no one expected what happened next. Just days before the EP was set to drop, Nova pulled out. Said the timing wasn't right. Said he had personal stuff going on. But insiders claimed it was deeper than that. Apparently, Nova had been talking to a rival label, one that didn't want him tied to D4VD's rising star. They promised him more money, more exposure, and full control. As long as he distanced himself from D4VD, and the way he did it, cold. He didn't just kill the project. He leaked an old video of D4VD in a heated argument, edited to make him look violent, unstable, dangerous. It wasn't even recent, but once it hit the blogs, it fanned the flames of the murder rumor. Fans didn't question the timing, they just ate it up. Nova never confirmed or denied it was him behind the leak. He played it slick. When asked on live, he just smirked and said, "Funny how stuff always drops at the right time, huh?" The comment section exploded. "You're this man messy as hell," one fan wrote. Another said, "If Nova really..." According to a close source, D4VD confronted Nova directly. Pulled up to a studio in LA where Nova was recording. No cameras, no crew, just real energy. Words were exchanged. People say D4VD looked him dead in the eye and said, "You ain't kill me, but you tried to bury me. Now watch me grow." Nova didn't respond, just laughed. And that laugh? It was all D4VD needed to confirm what he already knew. Nova was never real. He was a snake dressed as a brother, and snakes always show their fangs when the light hits right. After that night, D4VD cut all ties, wiped their collabs off streaming, unfollowed Nova, removed him from all his playlists, and started working on something else, a short film called Betrayed by Blood. Insiders say it's inspired by everything he went through: fake friends, industry plants, manipulation, and the price of trust. But the drama wasn't done. As more info leaked, fans discovered something even more twisted. Remember that fake witness who went live claiming D4VD was at the scene of the crime? She was spotted in a music video weeks later, starring in Nova's latest single, That's Right. The same girl who lied about seeing D4VD at the scene just happened to be dancing in the background of Nova's visuals. Coincidence? Nah, the streets ain't buying it. One fan posted a side-by-side. The caption read, "Nova playing chess while D4VD fighting for his life." Another fan wrote, "So Nova knew this whole time? This ain't just beef, this sabotage." The pressure on Nova started building. Questions started flying. And then Nova did something nobody expected. He dropped a diss track. The song, called Cold Summer, was subtle at first. No direct names, just lines like, "He cried in the booth, I was counting my wins," and "They tried to frame me, now I'm framing plaques." But the fans caught the subliminals quick. It was clear who he was talking about. D4VD didn't respond, not publicly, but 2 days later, he posted a photo on Instagram. No caption, just him in front of a studio mic, shirt off, scars showing, eyes. But the most unexpected moment came when D4VD went live. No filter, no polish, just him in a dark room, eyes tired but steady. He didn't rant, didn't cry, he just spoke. "This ain't about revenge, this about respect. They tried to break me with lies, but the truth always wins. I ain't the same kid y'all tried to cancel. I'm colder now, smarter, sharper, and I promise y'all, this the last time anybody tries to play with my name." He paused, looked straight into the camera. "To the ones who stayed quiet while they tore me down, I see you. To the ones who stood by me, I love you. And to the ones who betrayed me, I hope you never sleep peaceful again." That live broke the internet. Clips from it were everywhere. People were calling it one of the most powerful moments in rap culture all year. Even mainstream outlets like Complex Billboard and Rolling Stone had to cover it. They didn't have a choice. D4VD wasn't just a trending topic anymore. He was a movement. The track Silent Weapon broke records. It hit platinum in 4 days. It was added to every major playlist. Artists started reaching out for collabs. Brands who dropped him were begging to come back. But D4VD didn't forget. Insiders say he's only working with those who stayed loyal, cutting off all snakes, no matter how big the bag. But this story ain't just about numbers. It's about survival, about how the same industry that tried to bury him now had to bow down. And the ones who moved shady, they were exposed. Nova deactivated his Twitter. Trey's accounts were wiped. And that shady blog, facing legal heat for pushing false narratives. Fans started calling it The Reckoning. A reminder that you can't play with people's lives for clout. And D4VD, he became the voice of that pain, that betrayal, and that comeback. One fan tweeted, "We watched a man get crucified in real time, then come back like he never left. This ain't music, this is history." And maybe they're right, because what D4VD did wasn't just defend himself, he changed the conversation, forced people to think, made the culture reflect on how quick it is to cancel and how slow it is to forgive. And most importantly, he reminded everybody that silence don't mean weakness. Sometimes it means you're sharpening your weapon, and now that he's fully back, nobody's safe. And just like that, the truth came out, loud, brutal, and unfiltered. After months of silence, accusations, and viral chaos, D4VD didn't just clear his name, he flipped the entire industry upside down. The snakes got exposed, the fake friendships crumbled. And those who tried to cancel him, they're now the ones getting cancelled. From Trey selling him out for clout, to Nova masterminding a sabotage just to stay on top, to the shady blogs pushing a false narrative for views, it all got torched. Every lie, every setup, every betrayal. But the wildest part, D4VD never raised his voice. He let the truth, the music, and the bars do all the talking. Silent Weapon didn't just go platinum, it lit a fire in the culture. People ain't just listening, they're watching, waiting. Because if D4VD came back from this, what's he capable of next? The streets are still talking, blogs are still scrambling, and the industry, they shook. So now the real question is, will D4VD's rise mark a new era of accountability in rap? Or is this just round one in a much bigger war? Because if Trey's last warning is true, and this goes way deeper, then this might only be the beginning. What do you think really happened? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you're riding with D4VD. And don't forget to subscribe for more of the wildest, rawest, and most unfiltered rap drama on the net. Because over here, we don't just report the gossip, we break the internet with it. Stay tuned. It's only getting messier. It's only getting messier.